Good evening, everybody. I'm coming to you from a usual location, Orange County Public Library, Fountain Valley Branch, Veterans Park in Fountain Valley, Orange County. Another episode of, what do we call this? Wampler Engineering Union. And I think I'm in trouble because, here it is, I've got to do something about this. This guy is an absolute monster. It's turning out to be a successful project. This is a motor. Oh, I should say successful. Successful in the limited sense of the word. You can't see my face. Let's raise the chair so you can. Hi, that's me. That's what I look like with glasses on. This is supposed to be a cutting tool. I am gonna make some modifications to it. I'm gonna actually put a handle on it so that I can hold it. I'm not sure how I'm gonna do that. I have to rewire it. But I made a decision. It's a high revving motor. I was telling you, it's a motor out of a shop vac, and holy Toledo! I have this little 750 watt power inverter running off my car battery, a 1999 Toyota Sienna with a V6, 120 amp alternator. You know, it's got AC, it's got power windows and everything. The alternator really kicks out, but I've got to tell you, it feeds this little 750 watt power inverter. I think the 750 watt power inverter might be a pure sine wave inverter, because every once in a while it says things like Wonder Twin powers activate, it joins with another person inside it, and it doubles its strength up to 1500 watts. Pure sine wave inverters do that. But when I hook this guy up, it doesn't run and shut off, It's out of a shop vac, and the shop vac was like 5.5 gallon drum. Yeah, but the shop vac was beat up, the switch was beat up, the motor is pulsing. It's a 6 millimeter output shaft, 1.0 pitch on a thread. I went to, gosh dang it, I went to, what's this place? I went to, Crown, I said, I went to a hardware store in Huntington Beach. I can't say their name because of copyright infringement. I would get in trouble with YouTube because of that. I don't want to keep getting banned. But they had everything I needed, including a really neat button head socket screw, stainless steel. I got grade 10 bolts, grade 10 washers. The way I centered the wheel on the arbor, I'd like to show you. And this is where we're doing tools. Is I used O-rings that fit tight around the actual threaded shaft of the button screw. It's got a hex fitting there. It's rounded on the top, and they fit in between. The O-ring stretched out. They fit between the inner diameter of the cutting wheel itself and where the washers are, and the outer diameter of the shaft. There are two different sizes. Filled in the spaces nicely, so it evenly spaced the wheel. The only problem is it's a cheap wheel, and it's high on one side and down on the other. I don't know if you can see that spin. That really makes me upset, but you just can't have everything. Well, I'm glad I hung around. I was late for an appointment. I'm glad I hung around, however, because I had an unfortunate incident. I lit this thing up with a 40 amp fuse, and it's not like I hadn't done that before, but the 40 amp fuse let all that current through, didn't drain the battery in the car, it didn't even kind of overload the inverter, but it didn't. But this thing screams. It was screaming. It was up to probably around, I would say at least 10 to 15,000 RPM. Now, it's a shop vac motor, but it had the arbor on, and it was a tremendous amount of vibration. What happened was, when I put the 40 amp fuse in line on the live side, the black wire, I had all three wires. Well, no, I didn't have the ground wire hooked up, but I hooked the live wire up and I ran it across the separation terminals on the switch itself. When I ran it, I saw a blue light jump from one pole to the other inside the switch itself, in the crack between the pieces. And when I went, I knew something was wrong. It was running too fast. So when I go to turn the switch off, the the amperage was so great, it was arcing between the two contact points, and the tool just insisted. The tool just stayed on until I reached over and pulled the plug out of the power inverter itself. And I gotta tell you, it was an interesting experience. Completely melted down a $6 switch from from the other hardware store that I go to in Fullerton. So that's pretty much that. I gotta tell you, I'm not a happy camper about that, but then again, I will say that those things happened, and that's just kind of how it goes. I learned a lesson, and I want to show you something. I learned a lesson. You can't play around with amperage. Voltage is one thing. It's almost like voltage is safe. You can run, you can touch something with 30 amps, or you can touch something with 30,000 volts, and it'll kick the crap out of you. It'll really, it's like somebody punching you in the side of the head. If it only has like 2 or 3 amps but 30,000 volts, yeah, it'll be like somebody punching you in the side of the head. Amperage is what'll kill you. I'm going back to my original theory about electricity. It's not the voltage that kills you, it's the amperage. The voltage is the size of the fist. The amperage is how hard that fist is punching you. And I've got to tell you, 2.5 volt, 2.5 amp punch inside the head with 30,000 volt fist. It's like Mike Tyson just barely bitch slapping you inside the head, sort of a friendly pat on the side of the face. 120 volts at 15 amps is like getting pinched. It's like getting punched full force by McGregor. That McGregor fighting fella, or like Muhammad Ali getting punched full force by George Foreman on the side of the head. Only 120 volts and 15 amps. Those 15 amps will kick your ass. Now, I want you guys to hit the like and subscribe button because I'm a budding engineer. I'm an amateur. I don't really maybe know what I'm talking about, but I know enough to get myself by. I mean, this is my cutting tool. I'm going to put a handle on it. It used to be a motor with a round gang. I made the two together. You can tell this is an AC wound motor. You have two primary windings here and here, and both wires going to the motor are the same color. So it doesn't matter how you wire it, you're just going to wire it. By the way, I'm going to find a home for the ground because holy crap, this thing screams like a freaking banshee. But here's my secret weapon. I pick up vacuum cleaners for the motors, but I pick up microwaves for the transformers to make welders, and I picked this guy up right here. It is a 21,000 volts alternating current high voltage capacitor. It's a running capacitor because it has a metal body. It's heavy duty construction, 1.0 microfarad plus or minus 3%. So it's very, very little transfer rate. I'm going to put it on this damn thing. There's just no way I'm going to run an AC motor that's this hyperactive without a capacitor. I did it once. I'm not making that same damned mistake again. Holy crapola. And boy, let me tell you something. This silly thing sings. Okay, so I'll put that on that like that, and that on that like that. And it's just down the middle like that. I don't know. Well, guys, I kind of want to put this here like that, but then can I put that in there like that? No. Well, I have to figure out how to I have to figure out how to decorate the silly thing. Post your comments in the comment section, and be just as vulgar and disdainful and disrespectful. Use as many cuss words as you want. The honest to goodness truth, I really am a knucklehead, but I'm enthusiastic and I'm eager to learn. And one of these days, instead of just having a passion, I'm going to have a talent for this sort of thing as well. But I want to make this thing work without killing myself on air. One thing I don't like about this unit that's always going to get me, these for God's sake, for whatever goddamn reason, these replaceable brushes, they're heavy duty, but they stick out on the side. The brushes are nearly 2 inches long. I don't know when and how this thing's ever going to go through those. This is on a continuous duty, either a shop vac or vacuum cleaner, but they really stand out and they interrupt the flow. I'm going to have to put a handle on them and I have to work with them instead of against them. I'm going to find a place to put this capacitor. I think I've already found a place. I think I found a place. Okay. I'm thinking, well, shucks. And I wish I knew which one is plus and which one is minus, but I guess I'm just not that lucky anymore. All right, so what do we do first? We'll get some wiring, which I had around here. I had a cable for the darn thing. Eat the ice cream and stop ranting and raving. This stuff has got a little bit of coffee flavor to it. All right, all that. Here we go. Peel the sticker off. It was it's quite a spectacular display this afternoon. But really, I really wasn't very happy. This sort of damn thing was really just way out of control. And of course, I got the arbor set up on the top, and now it's shaking like crazy. Now I'm thinking, what the hell else do I do to make this right? I think I know. Hold on. Well, this is not going to be fun. No, that's still not going to fit. Okay. So, one side of this capacitor is positive, and one side is negative, but it doesn't really matter. Basically, this is what it's called. This is with a 10 ohm resistor. Okay. I have an idea what I can do with it. All right. I'm probably going to have to hold on a second, folks. Getting very dark very quickly, so I have to work quickly. I need to figure this one out. I'll figure it out loud. Ugh. Touchdown. Oh boy. So, okay. Over the hell there. I left some electrical wire around here too, somewhere. Wherever the hell it went, I do not know. I'll be sure to find it though. Oh, there it is. Oh, groovy. Oh, hell yeah. Right where I put it. Okay, so I'll cover this shit up. Fuse. So what I'm going to do, before I send any power to this motor, it's going into this capacitor. High capacity, a very, very, very low rate of power feed. We want to steady out the RPM, and I want to lower the RPM of this motor. Again, I'm a real amateur at this, so I may not be doing the right thing. So hit the like, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment, castigate the monkey. But for whatever you do, speak your mind. Try to think. Okay, so this is too long. What am I going to do? Okay, so I'm going to cut. Fuck me. Are you fucking kidding? Fuck. Jason, you fucking idiot. Are you fucking kidding me? You fucking fuck. You stupid. Oh, shit. Boy, I tell you, I'm just as clumsy and thoughtless as all get up. I broke the wheel. Crap. Yeah, put this down. God damn it. Okay, so. Idiot. I'm not a very clumsy person. Okay. I just busted the wheel, so I gotta take the whole thing out and reconstruct it. Okay, let me get the cutting pliers, double-sided tape, and all my electrical connectors. Hopefully I have enough. I probably don't. Fuck my ass right now. God damn it. I'm just the clumsiest person in the world. I touch things and they just fucking blow up. Alright, I'm back. Boy, there's no such thing as a flat level surface in California. That is for damn sure. You will never find level, flat surfaces in California. And people with enough stuff say, tell you how to live your life. Oh, sides, man. I'm trying. Where are those scissors? Come on. Head out. Ah. Where are the fucking scissors? Okay. Alright, here we go. Jeez, I dropped the darn thing. Okay, taking off my glasses. Wow. First thing we do, cut the wire. Before this rolls off, falls on the ground. What am I doing? Extracting more. Once we had I get a little cranky and grouchy because I'm just incredibly clumsy. But what I get really cranky and grouchy about is the fact that I can't seem to find a level surface anywhere I go. The vehicle's platform is built like a lady's shoe. It's slowly angled forward, so I've had to angle the legs on the tables that I put inside the vehicle because even on a level surface, it's angled downward towards the front. I don't understand what people have against level surfaces. I'd like to try to find out before I die. Maybe do some stand-up comedy about it, but it really pisses me off. I like flat level surfaces, so if you put a ball bearing on a level surface on a table, it's not going to roll anywhere. The other thing that gets me going is why in the hell do manufacturers feel the need to lather and slather so much release wax on the molds and on the parts? I would like to meet up with some Chinese manufacturers, and their whole day would be spent interacting with surfaces that are so slippery they couldn't even get a grip on the toilet seat. Their poop would be sliding all over the place like scrambled eggs. I'm just getting really, really, really tired of this. In my old age, I've just had about enough. Weebly wobbly tables you buy from Walmart. Hey, if you want to sell them for 45 bucks, which is pretty much all they're worth, then make something that works instead of making something that weeble wobbles and falls down and collapses all the time. I don't get it. There's no exit strategy for bankruptcy because you make a crappy product and no one wants to buy it because it's crappy. I don't get it. I'm trying to understand how people think. I don't think people plan beyond the next 2 weeks, but it just seems like that way to me. Anyway, so I'm cutting this open. I can't see where okay, there we go. Continuing the line. Okay, here we go. Keep going, keep going. There we go. Now you peel it back. You pull the wire out. And that's all you do. You know, Elon Musk is the whole thing about artificial intelligence incorrect. Artificial intelligence doesn't take place after you've got the final product. Artificial intelligence takes place when you're working with raw materials and somebody or something somewhere is just trying to make a hard time for you. Mm-hmm. Pull the wires apart as best as you can. There we go. Oh, slope downward because this parking space is sloped downward. I can't find a level surface anywhere. You can go out to the middle of the 405 freeway. There's a stretch towards the middle of the 405 freeway, right in front of the Naval Armory depot. Halfway between the 22 exchange and the 604, where freeway curves off to the north to become the part ways to the 605. I think that's level. Other than that, I can't go anywhere in Southern California. I can't find a single surface in the state of California that's actually flat and level, where parts don't roll and bead and fall to one side, where you don't run into stuff and stub your toe, etc., etc., etc. Okay, we're going to start with the black. Now, here's what I do. I just put a connector on the end of these and start grooming and tailoring what you need and where you need it to go, and hopefully it'll work that way. I need this running capacitor. I know it's a little bit too large, but you got to hear this motor just scream. I mean, it's going to be a great cutting tool. If I can find a cutting disc that isn't warped straight out of the gate, and if I can find a way to stop being a clumsy 53-year-old man and stop dropping things like a godforsaken idiot fool that I really am, I think we will be golden. Let's get the other end of this. Okay, we're going to run that on that. There we go. So we're going to grab this. Everything wants to fall over and favor one side or the other because it's on a slant. We're in California. Everything's on a slant in California. Everything's either going that way, but there's just no level surfaces in California. Oh well. God, I'm just getting tired. We get both 10-minute wrenches. Of course, it rolls over my shoe. Come on, Jason. Come on. Okay, here we go. Take this arbor off, before I could do any more damage to it, because God forbid, you just never know. It's Jason Wampler we're dealing with. Jason Wampler has got to be, and I swear to God, he has got to be the clumsiest mother scratcher you have ever met. I'm so clumsy, it's just staggering. Okay, there we go. Nothing there like that. I'm gonna do the nose roid thing. That's pretty darn loose. Sometimes you get female and males. You get female spades that aren't crimped quite tight enough. They're not going to stick on their contact point the way you want them. You just pinch them off. No big deal. Still too loose. The emergency release tension, but let's see. Probably too tight. There we go. So don't waste any of the wiring. I'm wondering though, do I need to run a 10 amp fuse when I'm running a 1000 volt capacitor at 1.5 microfarads? I tell you, see guys, the people, this is why I denounce myself as being a somewhat unintelligent individual. Okay. Then again, the people who design the brushes like this shouldn't necessarily win any brilliance awards either. Still trying to figure out the placement of the capacitor. Well, I'm in the process of thinking right now. I ain't talking a whole lot. Pretty big capacitor. I know what I need to do. I'm not entirely sure I want to do it. Go ahead and put these guys away. pumpkin carver. Let's see how this pumpkin carver does. So we're gonna have to figure out a place putting the butt end this way. I want or that way. The crack. All right, here we go. Rough idea. Wow. Nice push. Oh. Anyway, we're starting to lose our light. But what I want to do is even out this groove. I'll put the capacitor there. It'll have some aesthetic value. And run these two wires in the capacitor in respective wires to the switch and the extension cord themselves. And of course, somewhere in line will be a fuse too. I rewired a miniature compressor with the kind of similar setup to this, so I do have some experience as to knowing why I do things. And you can wax philosophy about that, or you can talk to me tomorrow. Can you leave a comment, like, subscribe, etc., etc. Eventually, I'll read the fan mail, but not right away. Talk to you later, and you folks have yourselves a groovy evening. Bye-bye.